So, hi everyone. Let me set up my phone. Hope it's going to be steady. There's music. There's music. There's music. Okay, so yeah, I think something went wrong, so I hope it works now. I guess it does. So sorry for that loud music. I think my video actually played my own ad for my video. That was weird. So my iPhone went all crazy. But good day. I was wondering if I should say hello to all of you with good day or good morning. But I think everybody here is from all around the world. So hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm going to create some ATCs for you. I actually planned on making a tag, but then we moved and now I'm in my new room and I'm all excited with my new stuff. So I actually excited to create some ATCs instead of my tag. But I think that's okay too. So hi everybody, I'm going to start. And first I wanted to show you guys and girls the things that I have ready for you. So I'm wondering, my screen is turning dark every now and then. Why is that? Okay. So the technique is not working for me at the moment, but it'll be okay. So I have a piece of AB studio paper here with me. And I've got some cool elements for or to use on my ATCs. I've got some pieces of clay. I've created them using my Finnebear molds. And I have some mid-form castings, which I think are adorable. And I've got some paint over here, but I'll show you later on. And some rope. I wanted to call this rope, but I think it's called different in English. So, and some piece of sisal fiber. I'm not sure how you say that in English. We call it sisal, but I'm not sure how you guys call it. So that's what I have, and some glitter and pieces, and I'll get to it. So let me check my phone because every now and then it turns too dark and I can't really see what you guys are saying. So let me check if I can somehow. I can't. Okay, every now and then I need to just tap my phone. Okay. So how wonderful is it that we all join here from like all over the world? It's so cool. It's like 2 p.m. here in the Netherlands. And I know there are some of you from the Netherlands here in the chat room watching the live, but I'm also see a lot of people from the States and Norway, and it's so cool. So we all join and have fun together. So let me just remove these. And I'm going to cut some pieces of paper. And what I'm going to do is create 3 different ATCs. One in like a purple tone, one in a teal kind of blue tone, and one in a more bronze brown kind of tone. And I'm going to use coordinating papers. These are papers from AB Studio, and AB Studio is this like amazing brand by Aga Baraniak. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. And Aga is like a really cool girl from Poland. And she creates these beautiful papers and stencils, and it's really gorgeous. So I'm using a piece of paper out of the Paradise Lost collection. So I have this problem where my phone just keeps turning to black. Okay, let me just check for a minute if I can change this, because it's like really annoying. Every now and then it just turns black and I'm gone and I need to unlock my phone again. So let me see if I can somehow change this. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. So let me see. I just changed the settings to never go on lock screen, so I hope it's fixed. It's like super annoying. So I hope everybody's still watching. I've got a piece of purple here, and I'm going to use this one, of course, my favorite blues. Yes, those papers are really, really nice. And the fun thing is that all the collection Aka, because the pinkish, girly, flowery collection, and this one is more a pirate-like collection. It's really cool. So brown, what am I going to use for that? I'm going to use this one. Okay, so let me just use these. I need to make them fit my ATCs, of course. So just let me draw a little line here. I'm not going to work like really neat and really measure everything out or something. The people that know me a little bit longer know that I'm not all at all into working with measurements and stuff. I just hate to use rulers or straight lines. It's just, I don't know. I think it's the fun thing with art is that it's not in straight lines, and it never really, you can always see that it's created with human hands, and I really like that. So my phone is finally working, so now I have some peace of mind, because I was kind of freaking out and already imagining that I needed to tap my phone every 10 seconds, but it's okay now. So I have my pieces of paper here. I'm going to just glue them on and add some clear gesso to make sure that if I'm going to use ink, you can still see the papers. If I would use only glue, my ink will really like saturate my paper, so it really turns the paper into yeah, it will break the paper. I'm not sure how to call it different. And if I'm using clear gesso, my ink will just stay on top of the gesso. Let me see. Some clear gesso, and let me get my glue. So as I said already, we moved. So I'm kind of still in the spot where I need to figure out where all my stuff is. And I'm really loving my new room. I haven't got that much time to stay in here and just create. So I'm not really used to where everything is. So bear with me. I need to find some stuff every now and then in the stream, I think. I did set up most of my things, but I probably will want to create or use something that I haven't got on my table yet. I'm not that good in planning my art, so I really changed like 10 minutes before the stream. So this is me being very organized. Yeah, these papers really have a like really I need you factor. Well, if you Google for AB Studio Heidi, I think you'll find it. It's I think it's agabaraniak.com, but that's like a difficult name, so I totally can understand if you don't know how to spell that. Hi, Barbara. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to add clear gesso. I really need to talk a little less because otherwise I will never finish my ATCs in an hour. And we're on schedule, so I can't really mess that up. And otherwise Janelle will be waiting, so. So adding some clear gesso, which is like my very best friend. Because I like to work with paper, but I also like to use a lot of mediums, and I like to use wet techniques with water. So I just couldn't create anything without clear gesso. So let me dry this for a little. So Tori, how long are you watching already? If you're too tired to type. It's AB Studio. So AB, I don't know, space? I'm not sure how to call that in English. So AB Studio, and I think if you search for AB Studio, maybe Dreamland or something, you'll find it. I think the website is agabaraniak.com. So yes, and the collection is Paradise Lost. So what I'm going to do, I have like this big jar of lace. Oh wow, somebody from Mexico. It really come from all over the world. How cool is that? And what I'm going to do is just add a little lace on top. Just to create a little more, it needs to be a little bit more interesting than only paper. So I'm just choosing some pieces of the same lace just to make it easy. And maybe I can add some more. I really like this type of lace. It's like a fabric lace. I think it's a different kind of material than this is. Like I'm not sure how to explain it in English, but it's a different type of material. So I think this is made from some sort of cotton kind of stuff, but I'm not sure. Okay. Maybe I can find one that is a bit bigger, so that I don't need to use that much. No, I really like this one. So this is what you get when you just change your plans in like seconds before your stream goes live. Oh, you want my jar? Well, I actually bought this lace in like big batches. And I think if you Google for cheap lace or anything, I think most of you can find it. So there are always stores or web-based stores that'll sell lace for not even that much money. So let me just get these on. I'm going to use my glue gun, my glue gun, just because that's easier. But I need to make sure that I don't burn my fingers because I did that too much. It's like, okay, ow. That's like a miracle that I haven't burned my fingers yet. Okay, but I did, so. It's like the crafting scar, the burnt fingertips. Okay, so I glued this one very crooked. Okay, that's one. Let me glue the other ones. And it's fun because you can still see the papers. So I really like that. Okay, so what am I doing here? So hi from Holland. I think one of them, so there was an ambulance coming by, but I think one of the main goals for Tiffany was just bringing some artists together from all over the world and bringing people, or crafters or creative minds together from all over the world. And I guess that really worked out today. That's fun. So this is it. So now I just need to add a bit more, or a bit stiffener or a heart text. Let me show you what I mean. This is like this stuff. It's heart sealer. We call it heart sealer. And it just, it's like a fabric stiffener. I guess it's called that in English. And if you add it to fabric and let it dry for a bit, it just makes the fabric like really stiff and really hard. So I really like the effect of that. And if you use it to glue your fabric lace, for instance, you'll see that the effect you get when you add ink is a bit different. So it doesn't get all colored when you use heart sealer. So it kind of turns into a different texture. So I guess there are a lot of names for it, but we call it heart sealer. So this needs to dry for a bit. And I think this is a little bit too, well, maybe neat, or it looks too perfect. So I'm going to add some white gesso using a dry brush. I'm just going to use a big brush. Leave some gesso on the table. And just add a little bit of gesso, not that much. I don't want it to just make the paper all disappear, but I want it to create a bit more. It needs to be a bit more interesting. So I'm using like this really big brush, but I couldn't find anything. Here, it's like a huge brush. So I'm just adding some strokes. It's not that I want to create like this really white base, but I just want it to be a bit more coordinating with each other, and just looks, it does look a bit like it has been on my table for years. A bit more vintage. So I'm going to let these dry for a bit and go to my elements or embellishments or whatever you like to call them, because I want them to be white when I'm gluing them on top of my ATCs. So I'm just using white gesso. I like to use this brand, but it's a Dutch brand, so I'm not sure if you can buy it anywhere else besides or outside the Netherlands or maybe Belgium or anything, but just look for it online. It's like a really nice gesso. Let me get a little smaller brush because that won't work with that big brush. Well, I'm going to use a sponge for the metal pieces. And again, I don't want them to be all white, but I want them to coordinate a bit better with the rest of my ATCs. So whenever you have questions or anything, guys, just ask me. I do look on my phone every now and then. So this is okay. I don't want them to be all white, or this is okay. I forgot about these. Need a bit more. So I'm going to let them dry for a little. So have you all fallen asleep, or? I'm glad. I saw the comment from Stephanie and I was like, oh yay. They're not falling asleep. I know some of you are just watching for hours and hours, so I think that's like a big accomplishment not falling asleep in like hours and hours of watching our live streams. And even with my chattering, some of you fall asleep, but I know some of you are just watching for maybe even 10 hours or something. I would fall asleep too. Oh no. In about a couple of minutes, some of you will be typing in their sleep. So you know that you'll be typing like really, really weird stuff if you do that. So I'm just adding a layer of white gesso to my clay pieces. I'm using a special clay. I'm not sure if you can buy it outside of the Netherlands, but it's we call it Arteza, and it's a foam-like kind of clay. So these pieces are really light and really low on weight. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's it really feels like a thin foam. And I'd like to use them on ATCs, for instance, because my ATCs won't turn into like these really heavy cards if I use this clay instead of maybe paper clay or anything like that. I was actually wondering what Tiffany would do with 24 hours, and I was sitting in the car this morning and I was like, oh, I bet she'll be sleeping sometime. But she actually is still awake. How did you do that? Yeah, it's really, really a very nice clay. I can show you guys so you know what I'm talking about. You see, this is what I mean. I hope I can show it to you on camera, because you really should well, you should feel it, but if you can see, this is like it's almost creamy or anything. And if you make it wet, it's just like this really creamy and easy to work with clay. So this is what it's called, Arteza. So you're on a night shift with me. You'll be sleeping for like 3 days after this is done. Of course, Jane, you're welcome. Okay. So I was a bit in doubt what I should use to glue this on, because I really hate to use my glue gun when using wet techniques, because if I dry my glue gun, glue, the glue tends to melt again, so everything starts to just get slippery and just, well, move around on my work. So I'm really in doubt what to do, because if I'm using heavy gel, it'll take a bit longer to dry, but we'll see. Let me just clear my table for a bit. I'm sorry, you all get like really seasick for me now. I'm like a really, really messy person, but not when I'm crafting. I just hate it when everything is messy. I can't deal with it. So I'm going to do a 1 minute craft, official 1 minute craft tour in maybe today, maybe even today. And of my new room, of course. And you guys will see that this is like a bit too organized. It's like a disease. Okay. So I'm adding some structure paste or modeling paste just because I can and I like it. This is a stencil by Aga, again. I really like her work. And it's like this really pretty, lacy kind of stencil. And I'm just adding it. Not too perfect, but just a little. I just want to add some texture. You probably won't see it when I'm done, so when it's finished, I think it'll be covered with a lot of other stuff, but I did it anyway. So I also really like to clean my stencils right away, because I can't clean them afterwards, because the modeling paste will dry and it's a lot less easy to clean them. So let's try this. Maybe you should go and get some Red Bull or something, Barbara. I think it's like really, really cool that some of you have been watching, maybe even from the start. You're crazy, but I think it's really awesome that you do that. So later on in the stream, maybe a little bit to the end or something, I will pick a winner for a $25 gift card for the Lindys store. So just stick with me until the end, just to make sure that you'll get a shot at that prize. And I'm not even halfway there, Cindy. Okay, so adding some sisal. I'm not going to add this because it's just a bit too much. I'm going to add some sisal. Oh, I really hate the brown pieces. It's funny because in Holland we really use a lot of sisal around this time of year because of Easter around the corner. So we make like these Easter baskets. We're probably not the only ones that do that. And we use sisal to put in the baskets. So you can buy it like anywhere at the moment. So let me take a sip of my drink. So So now that I've laid it down, I'm going to glue on my pieces of clay. No. I want to color these. I have impasto paint here. Well, I do that different. And this is the color Wild Iris. And I'm coloring this because I want to add some Lindys embossing powder to it. And if I'm going to glue them on top of my ATCs already, I can do that. So I'm just really quick adding some color. Yes, that's like the most beautiful purple. Yes, it's gorgeous, but it's especially gorgeous combined with the other stuff that I have here. I'm going to show you in seconds. This is going to be great. And I'm just in love with the effect of using paint and embossing powder. It's just so super, super pretty. I like to get dirty hands, but not always. So that's why I'm doing this in like 2 pieces. So I have Lindys powder, Lindys embossing powder here, and they come in different type of powders. They come in this like really opaque kind of embossing powder, where the base color isn't relevant. And they have like this opal kind of embossing powders that change color. Ja, Astrid, dat klopt. Maar dat komt omdat mijn camera vast zit aan mijn tafel. Zo. Let me grab some ink. So this is really bad. This is my first time mark. So I'm using Hollyhock Scarlet Plum, these names. And this is a really cool color that really changes when using on a darker background. So I'm going to do another set of clay pieces. Another set of wings, but I'm going to use a different type of paint. This is also by Faire, but it's the metallic paint, and I'm going to use a big brush. This is a mermaid teal color, so I'm all the way into teal, and my boyfriend is like all fed up with teal because I'm only talking about teal since we got here. But I already did that too in our old home. Yes, it's gorgeous. And especially in combination with this one, because this is jade in pesto paint. And oh, it's perfect together. It's just gorgeous. Wat heb je gedaan, Ilse? Zo. Ja, dit is Mermaid Teal. Kijk. Uh-oh. So, let me dry this. Maybe a bit more. I don't want to mess up my Versa marking pad even more than I already did. Okay, so the paper I used went missing, so I need another piece of paper, but it's here. Okay, so it's already all messy, so let's just do this. Now I'm adding Angel Wings Peacock. Oh, Ilse, het ging te snel, dus nou weet ik nog niet wat je gedaan hebt. Maar ik ga straks eventjes de berichten teruglezen. Ik ben heel erg benieuwd. So sorry guys, that was in Dutch, just for a bit. Yellow? This isn't yellow. Lol. Yeah, well, Angela, I'm kind of curious how it sounds for not Dutch people, but I will never find out. But it's I know that it sounds a little bit similar like German or maybe a Scandinavian language. But and one thing with the Dutch people is that we talk like really, really fast. So even if you know a little bit English, it's just so hard to understand. So, oh, this is turning so gorgeous. I love it. It's perfect. Oh, this is really, really, really what I want it to look like. Okay, these need to dry because they're like really, really hot right now. But I will show them to you in a bit. Let me check. I need to do these too, but I'm wondering how I should color them. But I think I'm going to use my Lindys for it. Yes, I'm going to do that. I just need to color this one too. So using the bronze kind of color. It's steampunk copper. So Janelle, do you think it's about time to do a little giveaway? That'll probably be good. Okay, so let me explain what you need to do. It's really difficult now. It's not that difficult. It's like really, really simple. Okay, so what you need to do is pick a number and not start already. Just hear me out. Pick a number between 0 and 100, and the one of you that picks the right number first will receive a $25 voucher for the Lindys store. Oh wow, May, you're so fast. So Janelle will keep track on the numbers, and she will just shout a stop whenever somebody picks the right number. And I'll just go on creating. So this is fun. I thought you guys would pick it like easy. Wow, guys. Okay. You need to win this before my stream ends, guys. Come on. You can do it. So somebody of you has to make the list of all the numbers that are already shouted, and you'll find the number. It's still not sad. How is that even possible? I'll just go on and create. Still no number. How? How is that possible? Oh, that's a good thing. I hope you saw that Tiffany said if you already won one of the prizes at one of the other streams, let's share the love and just be glad that you won already. So did I really do this? I really did this. Look what I've done. I really didn't plan on doing this, but hey, why not? So I'm not talking because I know you all are just into guessing and you just don't hear me, even if I do. Gave up guessing. Oh, somebody won. Yay. Woohoo. Heidi. Congrats. I'm glad everybody is back now. So this was fun. I thought you would really just guess it in like seconds. So somebody's going to be very happy with some new Lindys. So I'm using the new Lindys squirts, and these are like a bit thicker, a bit thicker consistency than the earlier sprays are, and they come in this like a very easy little thingy. I don't know how to call this. And if you just twist it a little bit more, the opening gets wider, and it's fun. It's like pouring, but a bit different, more Lindys style. So look what I did. This really wasn't what I planned to do, but I just didn't pay attention on what side of what. So wing. I couldn't come up with the word wing, but I just wasn't paying attention on what side of the wing I was painting. So now I have a bit of a weird kind of created ATCs, but it's fun. Hey, it happens. So now I'm just adding the last pieces. But I also want to use spray, so now I'm using Moonshadow Mist, also by Lindys, and Moonshadow Mist is our brown sprays, or they're all brown sepia walnut colored sprays with a color added. That's, I think, the most simple explanation. And this one is Moonlit Mulberry. So as you can see, it's like a brownish color with some purple in it. And it's really, really gorgeous. So this is Tawny Turquoise. And this is Treasure Island Aqua. And they might look to you as, brown, and maybe even a bit the same. But if you held them into sunlight or maybe light and just wiggle them around a bit, you'll see that these are completely different colors. But that's the fun thing with Moonshadow Mist. So now I'm just quickly adding my multicolored wings. Can't I use them like this? Yes, I'm going to add them anyway because I like to add the same color and not two different type of colors. So I'm going to just glue them here. Maybe even on top of each other. Yes, I can do that. Well, I guess Tiffany will be sleeping for the next several days. So this was a bit of a better thing to do, like this. This is better. But now they're like really high. I like that. I like that. So So gluing my fingers again. Sometimes I really get tired of my own clumsiness. Heart and soul. I thought this one was just perfect for this stream in particular. Heart and soul. They need to be like this. Just adding up some drops, just for fun. I need to use a new glue gun stick. You could also add glitter underneath these drops, of course, but I don't really have time for it, but it's a really fun thing to do. Just add glitter before you glue them on your work and you get like these really gorgeous glittery drops. They're beautiful. Go. Let me see. Let me clean this for a bit. The last thing I'm going to do is just add some glitter and some Nouveau drops. I really like glitter, but I could also maybe add some drops. Oh yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to add some gesso using a toothbrush. I think this is one of the most awesome techniques to really easily just add some interesting effects to your pieces. So what you need to do is add quite some water, because otherwise it wouldn't work, and you need to use a dry toothbrush. That's the easiest way. And what you do, you just add some spots by moving your thumb over the brush. Like this. And last but not least, I'm going to add a couple of Nouveau drops. Let me pick a cool color. I'm going to use this one, I think, and even the gray one. That is cool. This one, and for that, yep. I'm in doubt. No, I'm going to use that one. And I'm just going to make some nice, pretty on drops. Like this. And some more. One. I always work in uneven numbers, so 3 drops. Not 2. 2 is weird. One, 2, 3. And this is it. So they're finished, I guess. And I'm going to show you a bit from, like, so you can see them a bit better. I like the way the wings turned out. It's a bit different than usual. It's just a bit unique. I like it. And, oh, they're all stuck together. This is the purple one. Is goed al, ja? Is goed. Maar ik ben een zondag, hè? Okay, so I think this one is my favorite. I'm not sure. What is your favorite? I really like the heart and soul. That's my favorite, I think. Yeah. I'm from the Netherlands, Christina. So there was a little bit of Dutch. Yeah, the purple one is cool too. I like them all. Okay, so guys, thank you very, very much for watching. It has been a pleasure. And just make sure to check out the sponsors in my description box. We have like so many sponsors, and you really should check out which some of the great sponsors. Okay, so that didn't go very well, but I wanted to tell you to check out the sponsors. So, and make sure to check out the other streams. If you missed any, you can just watch them whenever you like, because they stay on our channel anyway. And your next stop is Janelle, the lovely Janelle. If you scroll down the video, you'll find her, the link to her channel on in the description box. And I will see you all there. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.